Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to learn about the human endocrine system. Right? We'll be only discussing about the concepts and the nodes and everything. We can make it. So my point of view here is to make sure that the concept is clear in our minds. I'll try to explain those concepts in a simple way so that the listeners as well as the students can easily understand. Okay, moving on to the human endocrine system. This is the episode 1, right? So in this video, in the first episode, we'll be learning about the hypothalamus and the communication, cell signaling related few topics. So first one is the communication. Communication between the cells is a very important thing because we humans communicate with each other in the form of words, language. We have language, sign language, and many more. But there are a number of languages among humans to communicate each other. Whereas when it comes to the cells, the communication plays a very important role. They communicate in the form of signals. They may be hormones, right? And these hormones producing cells and the system plays a very important role when it comes to the signaling and communication between the cells, right? Now, there are 3 types of signaling. First one, we have, first one is the autocrine signaling, right? Before I could say about this, when it comes to signaling, there will be a sender and receiver, right? Sender will send the signal and that will be received by the receptor present on the target or receiver cell. I hope this point is clear. Okay. Now let's discuss about autocrine signaling. Here, signal is produced by the cell and it is received by the same cell itself. Okay. Signal produced and received by same cell. Okay, it's like we sometimes speak with ourselves when no one is there in the room. Sometimes we speak with ourselves. We give self motivation. I'm saying that the same signal produced and received by the same cell, that is called as autocrine signaling. Right? Now let's talk about the second kind of signaling, that is paracrine signaling. Where's the blue? Paracrine signaling. Here, this is a short distance signaling, right? Suppose there are group of cells and which are nearby, and this cell wants to communicate with this one, or else this cell wants to communicate with this one. So this is a short distance signaling. So this signaling system is used to communicate between the neighboring cells. So used for communication between the neighboring cells. Got it? Right. Third one we have is the endocrine signaling. So we will be talking about this signaling system in the upcoming videos. There are a group of cells in the brain, right? Let's assume these are group of cells which are there in the brain, and here there are group of cells. Here these cells are in the brain, okay? And they want to communicate to those cells, let's say, which are present at the thyroidal region, or to kidneys, or cells at kidneys. Okay, this is the previous one, that is paracrine signaling, is for the short distance signaling system. Endocrine system is the long distance. So the brain cells wants to communicate to the thyroid or any cells which are present far away from the brain. They may be any kind of cells. Let's take an example of kidney cells. Now the brain cells wants to communicate to the kidney cells, and they communicate using this endocrine signaling, right? So this is Here we got to know that it is a long distance signaling system. Now we are clear about the three types of signaling system that occurs in our body. Paracrine. So first one is autocrine, second one is the paracrine, third one is the endocrine signaling. In the endocrine signaling, we see the words called glands. Let's learn what are glands now, because now we are getting into the endocrine signaling and we should know what are glands. Glands are nothing but they are group of cells or tissues. Glands are cells, tissues or organs of our body that produce chemicals. Example, hormones. So this is all about the human endocrine system. We have three kinds of system and we came to know about what is communication, how do cells communicate among each other. We learned about autocrine signaling and paracrine endocrine signaling. In that we learned about glands. Now let's talk about two kinds of glands. We have exocrine glands and endocrine glands, right? I hope this is clear now. Till now we have studied about communication, types of signaling and glands and its types. In the upcoming videos we will be learning about the hormones and its functions and the types of glands we have in our body and the kind of hormones secreted by each gland and the effect on our body also. So stick to the channel and do subscribe for the upcoming videos. Exocrine glands are nothing but they are the duct glands. They contain duct. It means the secretions from these glands are passed through a pipe-like structures. They may be simple or complex kinds of structures or ducts. So they are called as exocrine glands. Example we have is the salivary glands and mammary glands. So secretions from these endocrine glands are passed through the ducts and they are secreted into the cavities or etc. So they are called as endocrine glands. They are called as exocrine glands. When it comes to endocrine glands, they are opposite to the exocrine. These are ductless, where the secretions from the endocrine glands are secreted directly into the bloodstream and they don't contain any ducts. They're called as endocrine glands. So example we have for the endocrine glands are thyroid, pancreas, adrenal and many more.